Welcome to the Craig Mostyn Group 15-minute learning, IT training designed for the Craig Mostyn Group by TIOMS. This course is the first course for Outlook, and it deals with using Outlook for productivity plus hints and tips for using Microsoft Outlook in your day-to-day work. So in Outlook 1, we will cover the view and navigation around the view of Outlook, opening new windows so you can move easily between mail, calendar and people, for instance, having a quick peek at other windows without moving out of the one you're in, how we can drag mail around, so drag mail to calendar or people or tasks, and see what happens when we do that. Sorting and finding mail in the current mailbox or in all mailboxes. Using the calendar to help you prepare your time. Using the calendar and colours to view what's going on in your day or week and help you get a good view of your time management. And moving items around the calendar quickly and easily. Here we have a typical Outlook screen. Now there's many varieties of screen you can have. The layout can change in many ways, but this is a fairly typical screen, and we'll just cover off some of the fairly basic things that can happen when you organise your screen. So in various places anywhere in Microsoft applications, you'll see these little less than signs or chevrons like this one here and this one here, and that can confuse people if they click them by mistake. So if I click this one, for instance, my view of all my email boxes, inbox, outbox, etc. disappears, and that can be quite difficult if you don't know that you've got to click that one just to get it back again. Similarly over here, I've got a bit of the view. I can press the X and that disappears, and I'll show you how to put that back later. And along the top here we've got the ribbon, and I can get rid of that, and I've got another chevron there, gets rid of that heading, and so on. So we can bring things in and out of view using the various chevrons around the screen. And between the column views that we have here, we get this icon on our cursor if we get between the two items, and then we can drag in and out to resize the window that we're looking at according to our needs. Another useful thing in the view area of mail is the favourites. So if there's one or two or three things that you use constantly, rather than sort your way down a great list of items in your mailboxes and so on that you want to find, you can just select one from here, drag it into your favourites, and there it is. So things that you're using all the time, particular mailboxes and so on, just drag them up there and put them in your favourites. Here we're looking at a typical mail screen in Microsoft Outlook. And often if you wanted to look at your calendar, you would then click the calendar word at the bottom of the screen and view your calendar, and then for your contacts you'd go and view your contacts in this way, and then to go back to your mail you would click on your mail and so on. It's a fairly time consuming way of moving around windows. There's a much better way of doing that. So from your mail window here, if we right click on calendar, we get the option to open in a new window. So we have calendar open in a window, and the same with people. We can right click and open people in a new window. Now from the icon at the bottom of the screen, if you just hover over it, you can go straight into mail, calendar or contacts without having to wait for it to go and find and load another window for you. Nice, quick and easy way of moving around in Outlook. Now, within this main screen, we saw earlier we had some extra information on appointments and mail over here, and they're called peaks. So if I right click on calendar, I can dock the peak. And you see over here, we get the calendar with things that are coming up docked to the right hand side of our email view. And similarly, if you wanted to, you can dock a peak of people over on the right hand side. So if you quickly wanted to find somebody, the good old Bill again, you can find them immediately from the mail screen without having to go to the people screen. So quite a nice view there. You can see what you've got booked for yourself over the next few days, and some of your favourites. You may have created favourites for specific people you're dealing with constantly at the moment. Now back to the standard email screen, but we're going to look at some way we can drag emails to various parts of Outlook to help with time management and organisation. So you can see here I've got an email highlighted, and maybe I want to work on that email in a few days' time. So I can drag that down to the word calendar, and you can see when I hover over it I get that little plus sign, then I can let go, and it creates a calendar appointment with the information within the email already in there for me. I can say I'm going to work on that on Thursday at 3:30 in the afternoon, and I can say save. Now if I go into the calendar on Thursday, there you see there's that appointment that I've made with the information inside that email. I'll just delete that one and go back to the mail again. I'm going to do the same thing this time, but I'm going to right click and drag to the calendar. Now when I let go, I get a selection of choices. Copy as text, copy as a shortcut, copy as an appointment with an attachment. That's the one I like to use. So it's going to copy the entire email, including its attachment, as an appointment. So I've selected that one. You can see there's the email. And again, we'll say Thursday, 2:30 p.m. That'll do. Save and close. And now back to my calendar on Thursday at 2:30. I've got that in there to remind me I've got that to do, and there's detail of the email and the attachment. So all of that is readily available to me to work on. Quick and easy, but very effective thing to do. Now while I'm there, I've put that in my calendar as a reminder of something that I want to do, but maybe I don't want to block that time out. I don't want to stop other people making an appointment with me at that time. So you see up the top here, we've got this section that says busy. I can change that to free. So I've still got my reminder in here, but I've changed it to free, which doesn't block my time out in the calendar. Back off to my normal mail screen again. And we'll do a similar thing, but this time we're going to left click and drag down to people. And it puts the results of the email in the notes of a contact. It grabs whatever information it can and fills out the contact for you. So you've got pretty much a fully filled out contact and quite a lot more information if you need it from what you were talking about in a particular email. Quick way to create a contact. Don't want to save that one because I've already got it. This time I'm going to use the same email, but I'm going to drag it into a task. Now this will allow me to create a start date and an end date for the task and type in information about it as I go along, create a reminder for the end date and give it a status if I want in progress. And then save and close. That's created a task for me in the tasks. I find the calendar version much more useful because you can see your entire day and work with your appointments and things to do all together in one quick view. Now we're going to look at searching and sorting. So there's some basic sorts you can do with your email from here. You can see we've got the newest at the moment. We can just change that to the oldest and click back again. Or by date, who it was from, who it was sent to, size, subject, etc. Being a bit more specific, in this box here we could type something, let's say stems, and it will go off and find the emails related to the word that we've entered. So it's searching through the content and the subject of the email. And you can see there it's highlighting the ones that it's finding there. You can also put a name in there, so let's try Paul, and we'll get emails with the word Paul in there somewhere. Now what we've looked at there is sorting the current mailbox. As you can see, that's the selection at the top. We're searching within the current mailbox. We can change that to the subfolders, so that if we've got subfolders beneath a particular mailbox, all mailboxes, so that we'll look through all your archives and everything else for the specific item, or all Outlook items, so that will then include searching through the calendar, tasks, your deleted and all that sort of thing. Now we're going to move to the find related function. So we can click on an email and find related emails to that one in two various ways. So I'll choose Bill first of all. I'll right click on Bill and I can move down that menu until I see the words find related. And I've got two choices, messages in a conversation or messages from the sender. So I click messages from sender, and you can see that all emails from Bill in all mailboxes, because that's what's selected at the top, have been found. And we can use the same sort styles that we used earlier by date or newest and so on. I'll clear that one away and go back to the stamps. And let's find, we'll have a look at Carla again. And right click on there, find related. This time we're going to look at messages in this conversation. So we'll see that there's a whole raft of emails there that are all part of that one conversation. So an email came from Carl, sent to me, sent back, and so on. Various people are involved, but that's all been generated from that one original email. Extremely useful way to find particular emails that are related to each other or from one person. Right click, find related. Go back up here again, clear the sort data. We're back to the main screen. So right click, find related. Really useful one to use. Another interesting one, I'll go to my Hotmail. It's got some emails outstanding in it. Let me use the unread function. So you may have a mailbox, you may be picking and choosing ones that you've read and others that you haven't read, and you quickly want to see all the unreads. So just click on the unread button and you get just the unread emails ready to view. Now just to finish off, we're going to spend a little bit of time looking at time management within the calendar in Outlook. We'll spend more time on this later in our time management, stress management courses, but this one is just a quick heads up. You can see what I've got here in Wednesday, the 8th of July. I've got a meeting at 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Oh, that's going to take me an hour to get there. So what I've done there is just created an hour travel. And I've left it busy because it is a busy thing to do. And under the categories, I've used the categories and I've created one called travel in that orange colour. So you can see either side of that meeting, I've got some travel. Now following that, I may well have a write-up to do, some documentation regarding what went on at that meeting. So I'll make some more space, create another appointment, and we'll say from 1 to 2, subject, document, meeting. And over here we could have a category. Now the category you may have already created yourself or it might not exist. So if I click on one that hasn't been created yet, blue, it will ask me what I want to call it. So this one I'm going to call meeting document and say yes. So now you can see I've got my travel, I've got my meeting, I've got the travel back again, and I've got some time allowed to document the meeting. I've got a reminder in there of something to do, and at the end of the day, what I'd like to do is say at 4:30 is do a daily review and prep for the next day. So we're going to do that, we're going to do it every weekday, so daily, every weekday as a recurrence. Don't want that. And I'm also going to give that a category in green. Green I like to use for my time. Daily review. So at the end of each day we'll do a daily review to make sure we've done everything you should have done. If I haven't got around to doing this particular item, I've got to the end of the day, I look at my review, I haven't done that, I know I've got to get it done by Thursday. I can just drag that up to Thursday and it will reoccur in Thursday. See my daily review is there for every day now. Go back to today and that particular event has gone. Thank you for completing the course. Now please take a couple of minutes to complete the questionnaire. This will allow us to see how you're getting on with the courses and will allow you to provide information to us on what you would like to see in courses in the future. Thank you again.